let's go through data structures, okay? Now we're done with like all the primitive data types and like string, boolean, integer, all the basics. Now we can go into the data structures. So we have a thing called tuple, okay? And this tuple is like basically, if you know about arrays, it's the same thing, but it's like a list of values, but you can't change it after you created it. So if I make a groceries one and I call it bananas, oops, 1 second. Apples and so on. Like say I do more like, okay, say these are 3 things I want for my groceries. I put it in the list, okay? Or sorry, in the tuple. And right now, I can print these, print, and then you can say the name of the file, so groceries. And then you put these square brackets. Remember, we use these for strings. We're going to use them again for tuples and lists. So tuples, you can say 0. Say like, because you want to start at 0, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, okay? So if you say 0 to 2, okay, what happens is you print this. Let me close all this. Let me just do this, okay. And I'll also comment this out. Okay, see how I printed groceries 0 to 2. What it does is it does everything. It prints everything from this value to 1 minus this value. So it's not including. It does not include the 2. It includes only 1. So it's bananas and apples because this is 0. This is 1, and chocolates is actually 2. If I wanted to print chocolate, I'd say 3. See how it's now chocolate? So what if I, like, the thing is with tuples, you can't change it after you created it. So I created it here, right? If I come here and go say like groceries of like 0, okay? And I say groceries 0, so this bananas, I specified this bananas part in the groceries. And say I don't want bananas anymore, I want like oranges. Okay. If I do this, it's actually gonna give me an error. See here, tuple object does not support item assignment. So tuple is like a list basically, or array that you can't change after you've created. It's good for things like there are always the constants that won't change ever, and you don't want anything to change it. So see here, I did this, it didn't work. It says you can't assign it. So tuples you can't change. And then let me just go to the chat again. I closed it. Yeah. So I can also print just groceries 1 here, printed apples, because this is the first one, right? So bananas, apples. This is 0, this is 1, so it prints 1. And there's another thing we can do is, which you can also do in strings, by the way. Print len groceries. So what it does is this. So len of groceries, what it does is just checks, it tells you what's the length of this tuple. So we have how many things in this tuple? We have 1, 2, 3. There's 3 values in this tuple, and that's why the length of this tuple is 3. So it printed to me 3. And if you even want, like, say you don't know how long a tuple is, okay? If you don't know like how long this tuple is, or if you don't know it, so what you do is this: you say, you call it so groceries, okay, and you put it in square brackets here. And what you do is you put the start value, so you can either do 0, yeah, just do 0 like from the beginning to, so this colon, so starting range colon, and the ending range. The ending range will be the length of this tuple. So you know how here when we did 0 to 3, we printed bananas, apples, chocolates? Because 3 is actually the length of this tuple. So if I say 0 to length of groceries, it'll print everything. So if I run it again, see how it's bananas, apples, chocolates again? I printed it. Let's say I add here oranges again here, okay? If I added oranges. Here I printed 0 to 3 only. So if I run it again, I printed 0 to 3 only, so it's bananas, apples, chocolates. Oh, sorry. Bananas, apples, chocolates here. But now I want to print it all because I changed it here, right? So I want to print everything in the tuple. What I do is when I do length, it automatically calculates it. So now it does bananas, apples, chocolates, oranges.